Well, hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Point of View. Today, we're excited to have singer, actress, and author, Miss Raquel Herring, as our guest co-host today. Hey, girl.
Hello. Thank you.
Well, listen, y'all, we have a jam-packed show lined up, starting with some fascinating new news. That's crazy, right? Coming out of Europe, and later in Girlfriend's Guide, we're getting into the real thing about online dating. So stay tuned to join the conversation. This is POV. Well, honey, Belgium, a small country in Northwest Europe, has just made history. Sex workers, I said it right, sex workers now have formal employment contracts, giving them access to sick pay, maternity leave, health insurance, and more. To give a bit of context, all of these rights were previously reserved for traditional jobs. Now, this is the first law of its kind, offering equal rights to a previously marginalized workforce. Not your typical news update, but how y'all feel about that? I think it's good.
Well, I mean, look, we have a president that obviously seemed to have been on board with paying sex workers.
Sure.
So, I mean, you know, and I'm sure
That's
there's
good.
way more in his group. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, shouldn't they have something as well? I mean, it's the oldest profession.
It really is.
I mean, come on.
It's a job is a job.
That's right.
So we late then. If it's one of the first, we real late.
Yeah.
Well, Belgium
We're a little behind.
Yeah, I think it's just another way for you know, the government to regulate and get they
like
cut
tax
off the
them.
top.
Yeah.
Exactly, because now all of a sudden they're going to need certain licensure,
Right.
and all
that
these
makes
things like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I feel like that's where they're going with it. The same way, you know, they're legalizing marijuana. It's not because now they figured out that it's not killing people.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's because they need to be able to get their cut off the top.
So who would they actually go and request sick time? Like, are they going to have like an HR designated person? Like,
Maybe
are
their
there?
manager. Like, I'm sure, like most of them have managers
Yeah.
that they like book through, or maybe not.
No, they're not. I don't think they're being pimped. I think it's a
Make it plain.
I think it's a
The government is pimping
situation
them.
where they're kind of maybe in like these hostel type houses or you know stuff, things like that. Because when I was reading the article, I saw like one room that had like glass mirrors everywhere, so it has some type of like regulation or someone's watching it. Yeah, and so I was
Watching what in particular, Tally?
you know,
act?
regulating. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Watching the act of
Yeah, I'm giving that. I mean, it was
Okay.
given that it's one of those situations, like you know how we watch those movies back in the day, and you see people putting a quarter in, and you know you can.
A little people
Okay,
talk?
okay, okay.
Yeah, so I think you know that is the kind of sex work you know that they were doing.
So a
you know, and
peephole.
maybe some
But what if
one-on-ones.
it's like an online thing, like OnlyFans? Like,
Now that's true.
they
now.
would report to
That's true.
who? OnlyFans? And OnlyFans will report to the government?
well, maybe it's insurance that you can buy.
Through
So-
OnlyFans?
Yeah, maybe through
OnlyFans insurance.
or just insurance like government or
Just trying to figure it
available insurance that you're able to like purchase and get those benefits, and you pay a monthly
As
fee.
a sex worker.
Yeah, I mean.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at the hustle. I'm not gonna lie, y'all.
not
I'm not
either.
mad at the hustle.
And I hope they're
Because
managing their own money.
secretly, it's kind of sort of, y'all might hate me for this, but it's kind of sort of the same as influencers and people who make their money online. Except for they're just using their bodies.
That is true.
Well, online they're using their bodies too. It's, you know, influencers, some of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Now, have y'all been tempted to join OnlyFans?
What?
I've been tempted.
Oh Lord, I thank God.
I have an account.
I put my toes on there.
That's what I'm saying.
I put my toes on there.
It's a real fetish. Like, people really
put my
pay for
toes
the
on there.
toes.
I
Yeah.
had an account, but I didn't know it
What
was
you had an
about.
account for, friend?
Because they were trying to change the
Raquel, you
stigma
better
of
say it right,
Yeah, 'cause, like,
They were trying to change the
yoga
stigma.
instructors
I saw people
have like
cooking.
accounts and stuff like that, and they book their clients
Yeah.
sometimes through there. Like, they do like virtual classes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
On
But it's just like when you
OnlyFans?
hear when
When
you
did we
hear
pervert it?
OnlyFans, it just sounds like it's been given such a negative like
Connotation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when people hear OnlyFans, it's kind of just like, you got an OnlyFans.
But when
Like,
did it become perverted?
It's always been that way. That's how it started.
I think they were trying to change the stigma of it, like, because I saw somebody cooking on there. They weren't like doing.
Was they naked?
No, they were
Okay.
like legitimately cooking.
Yeah.
And then I saw some like there's a few actresses who are just like kind of chilling on there, talking, having their audience almost like a Patreon. So they weren't doing anything fresh or out of,
So if they were
unsavory.
cooking, is it possible that they could have like a separate account, like cooking?
Oh, well, maybe they could.
Or where you could do the request, because
Don't they do requests?
They do, and you got
Like maybe
like your
some
own
eggs
private
with no
chat.
clothes on?
That's what I'm saying.
I haven't used my account though. I just said.
What were you going to use your account
She
for?
said, "Let me clean it up."
Before we go search you out for
I was going to use it like a Patreon.
Okay.
But then when it didn't really make that change,
Yeah.
then I said, forget it, because I don't want nobody thinking I'm on here being unsavory or something.
Yeah.
No, listen. One night, a client of mine, when I was doing hair, she kept telling me about how much money she was making off of Feet Finder. And so she's like, Shawty, you got cute feet, you need to put your feet on Feet Finder. And so one night I'm up late and I'm, binge watching Netflix. I'm like, let me make me a Feet Finder account, right? Because I used to take pictures all the time when I got my feet done anyway. So I
Yeah.
had like a plethora of pictures.
Hell yeah.
Girl, let me
Real
tell
quick,
you, honey,
Trent.
I lasted about 2.5 seconds. I felt so dirty and used.
You know what?
Because like a fool, I put my face on there. And so in that
Really?
hour, in the 1 hour I was on Feet Finder, I probably got at least 50 to 75 direct messages. And the way them people was talking.
You know what?
Wow.
I can't.
my God.
Because now
That's
I'm
a- that's a
visualizing
legit
your
fetish.
feet. Friend,
Shameful.
you know what? I can't. All right. Well, this story is just as wild as Tally's feet. A famous YouTuber uncovered some treasures in an abandoned storage unit. He hit the jackpot. And in a recent viral moment, he stumbled upon a surprising treasure, a Grammy Award that once belonged to rapper Roddy Ricch. Take a look.
Roddy Ricch Grammy? Was this his freaking locker? Did we just find Roddy Rich's locker? Yo, oh my God, he didn't leave me anything else, but I don't even know what to say. This is priceless. The recording and camera person. I just found the Roddy Rich's storage unit. 5x5, he left me some goodies in here. Roddy Ricch Grammy? Was this his freaking locker? Did we just find Roddy Rich's locker? Yo, oh my God, he didn't leave me anything else, but I don't even know what to say. This is priceless. The recording and camera person. I just found the Roddy Rich's storage unit. 5x5, he left.
Okay, so this has a lot of layers
Yes.
to it, right?
Yeah.
First of all, if y'all found something of such value, what would you
You should have
do?
been quiet. You should have took that to the house.
He should have taken it to the house.
I don't need to keep it. I'm taxing.
You taxing.
What? I am taxing. You want this back?
And he did. That's exactly what he did. Like, he wanted to charge Roddy Ricch $50,000 to get his Grammy back.
My God.
What would you do with this man's Grammy?
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't even have your name
Besides,
on it.
get money to give it back.
Now, that's trifling.
What you mean trifling? It's trifling for him to leave something of such value in a storage unit.
That is fair. However, along with this story, the reason why it was left there is because his assistant got into some type of real critical, like almost near-death accident and was in a coma. So his assistant, allegedly now, right? And so because of that, the storage unit was left unattended and it then went on the market to be sold,
Ain't
which is
no
how
way.
that YouTuber
Ain't
actually
no way
purchased
you
it.
just done forgot about a storage unit and forgot that you done left your Grammy in there. First of all, why it's not in the house? Do
Well, how
Roddy
many
Ricch
does
not
he
have a house?
Maybe he has a number of
This is
Grammys
what the
in.
people want to know.
Yeah. Do he not have a house to put the Grammy in?
Maybe he felt
Was
like
that his only Grammy? If that's the only Grammy, why is it in the storage unit?
Yeah.
maybe his house wasn't a safe place for it.
For the Grammy?
Maybe people
But
were
it's
in
a
and
safe
out of
place
there.
for
'Cause
him?
maybe he's on the road and he didn't want to leave his Grammy on the table.
Roddy Ricch ain't on nobody's road.
that man's schedule.
Listen,
He's supposed to be releasing the album. He's working.
Stop. No,
on the
he's
road.
not. I ain't heard about this man in years.
Okay, so listen. let's just put the Grammy aside. If it was something like an heirloom from your family and somebody found that.
It is unfortunate.
wouldn't be
Have you ever
there.
watched Storage Wars? This
I have. This how the game go.
Yeah.
I guess my
It's
heart
mine
is so
now.
sensitive. I just want people to be honest and be like, you know what, this isn't mine. Let me give
it back.
Yeah.
It's mine now.
In a perfect
Once you
world.
purchase it legally, you purchase that storage unit, it was his for one. And for two, of course, Roddy Ricch should have paid something back for it. The man paid $280 for the storage unit.
But and he did offer him $10K to give it back, and the boy said no. And then he went back online and was talking trash about Roddy and said that he would never attend a concert or anything. He didn't get no apology or thank you or anything from Roddy Ricch.
But did he return it back to him?
He returned
taxing
it,
it?
but he didn't give him all the things that were in the storage unit. Like, he didn't give him all the clothes that he found.
I don't know why he would want
But he
a bunch
got
of
the Grammy,
outdated designer things anyway.
But he got the Grammy back.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's what's important, that he got the Grammy back.
He got it back.
Yeah. I mean, I would like for if someone found my Grammy, which I don't have, and I should, but if someone found it,
Right.
I should have a Grammy. Where's mine? But if someone
Y'all better stop playing with Raquel.
right? But I mean, I would love for someone to return it back to me, please.
Raquel, if I found your Grammy, I'm not giving it back.
Woo! What?
I'm gonna charge you, girl.
At least double what I paid for your storage unit.
Y'all are trifling.
Hello.
Absolutely trifling.
Something for all my hard work and searching for it.
Oh my
I
goodness.
done found this little piece of gold and you just want me to give it back? Why
Just
did
give
you
it back.
leave it?
I didn't mean to.
He didn't
someone took it.
Listen, after whatever
They don't matter.
tragic accident happened, I'm so sorry to that man or whatever happened, but it should have still been a priority to go back and find it.
But they're saying that he had like some type of brain loss, or memory loss.
Well, you know what?
They say.
I can't. I can't with y'all. So I'm just remember not to be nothing around y'all. We have to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned for Girlfriend's Guide in Mind, Body, and Soul. Coming up right after this. Stay tuned. This is POV. Hey, thank y'all so much for kicking it with us during our commercial break. Really quick, if you could rewrite your past, what's one thing you would change?
I just feel like as much as we would say, like, we would change everything, right? Like, we would go, well, not everything, but like some moments that just like weren't our greatest or proudest moments, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because I feel like everything that I've gone through has molded me into the person that I am today. And if I changed even like a day or a decision that I made, I would be a different person.
That is true. It would alter.
Yeah.
Raquel? Oh, go ahead. Tell me.
100%. I feel the same way. When I was younger, I watched the movie Butterfly Effect. Have you guys
Yes,
seen that?
I love that movie.
I love that movie. And so the mantra of the movie was change one thing,
nostalgia.
change everything.
Everything.
And so I really feel like that is legit how life is. And like Junie said, collectively, all things are working together for our good and for who we're called to be. So I feel like, you need every step of the journey, to evolve and become. Yeah.
Well, after that, I'm like, well, shoot, I don't know if I want to say it, but if I could, I would change like not having the self-confidence and trust in my instinct and gifts as I wish I had before, because I think I missed a lot of opportunities because of that, and I wouldn't allow people to hurt me and say the things to me and let that sit on me the way they did, because they did, and yeah, I mean, not really seeing how it is.
I love that.
All right, now, thank y'all for that. We're going to get back to the show. Stay with us. This is POV. Hey, welcome back, ladies. It's time. It's that time of the show. Let's get into Girlfriend's Guide. So, baby, we live in a world where technology drives almost everything, even how we date. Did you know that over 17% of the U.S. population uses online dating services? Right. And that number is growing every single day. But here's the thing. If you're not careful, you're out there looking for love, it can be really dangerous. So let's talk about online dating. How y'all feel about that? Have y'all tried it? I was on Plenty of Fish at one point.
Oh, I know that site.
Girl.
It was not good fish.
It was plenty
It was
of
tilapia
stale
in the
fish.
fish. It wasn't no salmon.
It was stale.
It was just no snapper. Yeah, it was mud fish.
Can I tell a story? There was a guy there was this gay guy, really, really quick story. There was a gay man who created a fake profile of me on Tinder.
No.
Yes, but it was so
Did y'all
crazy.
look alike?
No, and I'm not gonna lie, the man was handsome. Like, he was a very attractive gay man, but like, I had to do like some hard digging and research and get into my investigative bag, and I had to find out who he was, because I was like, who made this page? And you know how sometimes you could log in and you could figure out somebody's email, and then I put the email into Instagram and found the guy's page.
Too much.
Who was pretending to be me on Tinder, like luring men to his house. Yes.
Oh, no.
So online dating
Oh,
is
my
not
God.
always what it seems. It's very, very dangerous. Please use your discernment.
Yeah.
Right? Use your discernment, because like, it is also very scary, but also sometimes it works out in your favor.
Right.
It worked
We have a
out in my
success story.
favor.
Oh,
Well, it took a long time.
Yeah.
And I have friends that have gotten married off these sites, and they have families, right? And it took some time. You're going to have to probably, go through a few frogs.
Yeah.
But I found a king. He's great, treats me well. And I'm happy about it.
We love that.
And
I
you felt
didn't-
safe.
I felt safe,
Now
but
tell
I
the
did take
people
precautions.
where you've met him.
Which site?
We're not advertising.
We can't advertise for them people.
She gonna put it in the comments.
AFROmingle.com.
Oh, yeah.
It's like AFROTV. Oh, no
It
child.
took some time though, but he's really good. You know what I'd say? First of all, if you're going to meet, as soon as you meet somebody, I would say get them on a video call right away, so you know exactly who you're talking
What
to.
if he got a flip phone?
Well, then don't
No,
talk.
he
Don't
don't need
talk
to
to
be
him.
on
Don't
there.
need to be on there. That's
Exactly.
right.
How did you get the app on a flip phone?
Right.
He probably was using his home computer and then
No.
traveling with a flip phone.
No,
ma'am.
He may have a Metro phone. What's
No.
wrong with a flip phone?
Don't be on there.
That doesn't work. I'm thinking about, how
None of it works with
how
a flip
people
phone.
have those requests, and they'll say, "Oh, if it's you, take a picture with a
Yep.
$2 bill in your hand on
Or
top
with
of
a
your
spoon, or with your ad name or something like
Right,
that.
but they can get their cousin to do that real quick. But it was really funny because I had a situation happen to me similar to your story.
No.
Yes, and it was so crazy because someone had made a fake profile with me and was dating the husband of someone that I went to school with. The story confusing me as well, but this
Tally,
is what I
no.
reckon. Yes, girl. And so the girl that I went to school with, that I was cool with, had an issue with me because she thought I was talking to her husband.
No.
Girl, listen.
So did they use your actual social media handles, or did they just use your pictures?
They used my pictures, yeah. But the girl who created it, she's the one that, I heard about it through other people, but she did reach out to me and told me, hey, I'm sorry I did it. Like, yeah. She's like, I only made the account.
Hey, I'm sorry I did this to you, girl. Let's move past
Sorry.
this.
Maybe
What?
I'm not as popular. I've never had that issue before where somebody not catfish me,
You
but
don't,
like
you don't
in
know. You
Thank
never found
God.
out.
Right.
That's what happened.
Right, because they good
Let
for
me
just
go-
stealing
I don't
people's
like that.
pictures and
Listen,
just going.
I'm gonna have to go on a spiral tonight.
Right, you got to look.
I'm gonna have to go on. So if okay, so listen. So if y'all tried online dating and you go out on the first date, would you bring that person back to your house?
No.
On the first date?
Lord.
Girl, what?
Always meet that first date. I like Starbucks because someone's always there.
little coffee.
You don't have to sit with them long. I don't want to go to dinner.
Yeah.
I want to know if I like you first because I don't like eating with anybody, with just anybody, right? So I need to know first that this is good. I talked to you on video. I know it's you. I know I may like your personality some. So let's meet there. And then if I want to run, I can run. I don't have to hang around. I bought myself the coffee, or maybe they bought me. It's not
Raquel
expensive.
said, okay, this was nice.
Right. Right.
Thank you for my frappe.
Okay.
That's how I do it. Yeah.
It was
I
nice meeting
didn't
you.
know that so many people on these dating sites, just had intentions of like hooking up. I didn't even know what hooking up was.
Yeah.
Yeah, this girl that I used to be cool with, she used to always say like, oh, we hooked up. And I didn't know. I'm thinking she meant they was chilling.
Yeah.
And when
Like
I
they
found
went for coffee or tea or something.
They hooked up.
She needs to be over in Belgium getting paid for it.
Get that free insurance.
No, for real.
That's
That's
crazy.
right. Oh my goodness.
And well, honey, y'all just blew me back with all of that. I'm gonna try online. Well, no, I'm not gonna try online dating. I'm gonna look
Just be
for my
careful.
picture.
Be careful
Look
and
for
avoid
my
those
picture.
guys that say they don't like drama. Because I realize when they say they don't like drama, that's because they bring in drama. I don't like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Good observation.
That's all right, Raquel. Well, all right, we're gonna switch gears and move on to mind, body, and soul. And so today, yes. All right, so today we are focusing on what's good for your soul. So let's get into it. Part of taking care of yourself is not always about what you eat or how much you exercise. Think about your overall well-being. Let's talk about forgiveness, right? Because depending on your health, it could also be a result of how much you've been harboring and keeping inward. So research shows that people who practice forgiveness tend to have improved mental health, lower blood pressure, and stronger immune system, just to name a few benefits. So what do you think? Has holding on to a grudge ever impacted y'all's health in any capacity? I know sometimes when I am thinking about something real heavy, I get a headache. And so when releasing that, you know, the headache seems to go
And
away.
how do you release?
There's a few techniques. I either go for a run.
Okay.
So I'm an avid runner. I love to do that. Or I'll just go out for a walk. Sometimes, you know, I'll take an Advil and just go to sleep. Because sometimes sleeping helps.
Yeah.
Just go to bed.
Let's just end the day.
Advil is after the headache has already come.
Yes, the headache is here. I'm gonna take this Advil and I'm gonna lay down, rest my burdens. What about y'all?
Getting in the sun helps. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
For me, I'm like an over forgiver. So yeah, so I don't really, have to worry about like harboring unforgiveness and things like that because I guess, kind of growing up in the church too, I always, got stuck on that verse, like forgive others as you want God to forgive you. And so I freely,
Has it been taken
Really
advantage
give
of?
forgiveness, yes.
Yeah.
But
That is so crazy.
but it does work out to my benefit because
That's
I'm not burdened by unforgiveness. So yeah, I don't have to do all of those cool techniques, but I do be getting headaches still anyway.
Yeah.
But good for you,
you.
being able to just let go. It's
Thank you.
important to not hold on to it. It really is.
Yeah.
I've had my, like inside, I can feel it like tighten up because I've started trying to be conscious physiologically, and it gets tight and, you got to calm that down. I've learned to go outside. I like being inside, but I say get outside, get in the sun, walk around, breathe the air so I can kind of like let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. I truly appreciate, everyone's opinion at this table tonight. But also, I feel like, it's also okay to let people know when they've done you wrong.
Absolutely.
Like, I feel like I hold rightful grudges. Like, if you've wronged me.
No.
Yes.
Say rightful
If
grudges.
you have wronged me and I feel like I gave you the best version of me and you just still like decided you wanted to step on me and throw me away, then yes, I do hold some type of grudge towards you. I can forgive you and I can move forward, but I do have still some type of grudge that I will probably hold against you just because, like, I need you to know that you had me messed up.
Now, is it really a grudge, or Junie,
Right.
is it something like where you hear the term you forgive but you don't forget? Like, is there a
I think it's
difference? in between
situational.
that?
I think it's situational.
Situational?
I think it depends on the situation, whether I forgive and not forget, or I'm just like, no, it's a grudge.
Yeah, because I think the grudge for sure is not forgiveness. But maybe you're still tolerating them, But I was reading this book called The Game of Life and How to Play It, and it was so informational. It's like an old book. I think it was written like in the 20s or something, but they redid it a little bit. But either way, it still applies. And so in the book, it said that amongst a million other things, that rheumatoid arthritis comes from unforgiveness.
Wow.
And,
Really?
Yeah, and so I actually know like a friend that has rheumatoid arthritis, and she realizes now too, when I kind of gave her that revelation that I got from the book, that hey, maybe I do struggle with unforgiveness. And so I think there are a lot of things that we hold in our bodies and stress and different things like that, that manifests in so many other ways. Like even when you think about people that are constantly stressing or, just not forgiving or, overburdened with life and, the way that they internalize it, people don't realize a lot of times that cancer is not just from radiation and things that you eat and things that you're exposed to outside. It's also the stress that you're putting, you're keeping inside, and it has to come out. It has to materialize in some way. So I do think that,
I'm gonna get arthritis.
I mean, you
I don't know.
could. You could. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
Just keep stressing.
That story sounds like the story when they tell you like, oh, people die from a broken heart.
They could. They
Yeah.
do. Yeah. So you want to work on that? You go think about it?
Well,
But also, just because you forgive somebody doesn't mean you have to keep them in your circle.
Of course.
I mean, it's like I've learned that if you find a snake in your garden, you throw that snake out.
Yeah.
Right? And
okay.
And well, yeah, but get it out. However you get it out, and just keep it out. It doesn't mean that you didn't forgive that person or whatever. You just know who they are, and you don't let them back in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I believe.
I love that.
I love that too. That was really good. So hopefully we all don't receive arthritis in any capacity.
Amen.
Yeah, we release that. And a part of that, we like to leave you with a daily affirmation. So that's a wrap for today's show. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Today's affirmation is, I am in charge of how I feel, and I choose to feel happy.
Amen.
That is good.
I like that.
Happy. Because I'm happy and alone.
Feel like happiness
I'm down
is
with
for
y'all.
you.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Please follow us on social media. Join the conversation. Meet us back here tomorrow at 7:30. This is POV. Until then, have a good night.